Hey friends, it's Wilk, and before we get started with this week's episode, I want to mention a couple things real quick about a couple affiliates. Affiliates help me keep the show going, and by you using the services of one of our affiliates, I get a little kickback at no extra cost to you. So if you've ever thought about starting a podcast, Buzzsprout is a great place to start. They have some phenomenal tools, and starting a podcast is a lot easier when you've got the right tools. So join over 100,000 other people who've started a podcast with Buzzsprout, and if you click the link to them in our show notes, I'll get a little bit of something for every paid membership. So I would really appreciate that. Helps a lot to support the show. Also, online grocery shopping, it's a big thing right now, especially with the pandemic and the lockdowns and people, being sketchy about going out in the public. If you want to do some grocery shopping at home in a quick, convenient way and have that stuff delivered to your house, check out Instacart. Instacart is a phenomenal way for people to buy groceries online and have them conveniently delivered to their house. So, again, in our show notes, check out one of the banner ads, check out the links. Instacart is a great way to do a little bit of online grocery shopping and have it conveniently delivered to your house. So with that, we're going to dive right into the show. Welcome back, my friends, to the D-Rate the 8 podcast. I'm Wilk from wilksworld.com. This is going to be episode 25 of our podcast. Today, we're going to talk about be better by being around better. That's what we're going to call episode 25. But the first question I've got for you is, what have you done today to make your life a better life? What have you done today to make the world a better place? The D-Rate the 8 podcast is all about bettering the world one attitude at a time, and that's exactly what we want to do. And that begins and ends with us as an individual and doing exactly what we can control and not worrying about those things that we cannot control. So, what are things that we can control? One of the things that we can definitely control is the people that we surround ourselves with, right? One of the things that that we do and that we know we can work on is being around better people if we want to be a better person. It almost should go without saying, but you've probably heard this in one form or another. I mean, whether it be the financial aspect or a behavioral aspect or a business aspect, but people have been saying for years, and I've seen it in multiple books. You are the product of, or you are the average of, or you are the sum of, whatever you want to say. You're the product of, or the average of, the 5 people you most closely relate, the 5 people you hang around with the most. So it only goes to it only stands to reason that if you are hanging around with a miserable person or hanging around with miserable people all the time, you're probably going to be miserable, right? I mean, it kind of goes without saying. But if you're hanging around with positive people all the time, you're probably going to be a fairly positive person. If you're hanging around with people that are doing bad things all the time, you're probably going to be doing bad things. If you're hanging around with people that are doing good things all the time, donating to charity, doing good deeds for people, doing positive things, you're probably going to be doing positive things too. I mean, it is such a simple concept, but it's something that I don't think most people really think about. So when it comes to bettering your life or, bettering the world, think about that. Are the people that you're hanging around with, are they people that are always negative, always putting other people down? Are they talking about other people? Are they condescending? Are they, what kind of people are you hanging around with? Are they the type of people that are always helping people out, trying to build other people up, doing good deeds for people, doing things for people that they know for sure that they're never going to get anything in return? That's the kind of people you want to be around, right? That's the kind of people that are really going to make a positive impact in your life just by default, just by osmosis. you're going to be hanging around with, if the 5 people that you hang around with most are people that are successful, whether it be in business or their jobs. If you're hanging around with 4 or 5 good people that are working hard all the time, you're probably not going to be a slacker. If you're hanging around with 5 people that are making a decent living, and money by no means is the biggest telltale in a person's life, but generally, if you're hanging around with 5 people that are making a strong and good living, you're probably going to be right there in that wheelhouse. You're probably doing the same. So there's something to be said for the idea that the people that you hang around with the most, people are going to be your biggest influence. They're going to rub off on you, and you're going to be doing things very similar, or have an attitude very similar to those people. So when it comes to the people that you relate to most, I don't care whether it's on the social media, whether it's the people that you hang around with at work, at your church, or in some kind of social group or whatever. Involve yourself with people who you want to be like. Involve yourself with people who you want to emulate. And I'm not saying to ignore or shun or push out those people that in your life that are negative, but try to be that positive influence for that person that may need that boost. Because everybody, like I said, it's not just you, it's them. So if they're in your group of friends and they're the one that's negative, try to be that positive boost for them. Try to build them up. Try to get them around more people that are positive. If you're that person, try to seek out more people that are positive. Try to seek out more people that are doing good things. Because the more good things that you do, the better you're going to feel. And the better you're going to feel, the better you're going to project as a person to the people that you're around. And it almost becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're around good people, if you're around positive people, you're going to be a good person, you're going to be a positive person, and you're going to build that circle of positivity around you, and more people that are positive are going to want to be around you. You're going to build up, you're going to be a positive influence on people that are around you. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a circle of greatness that really works on itself the more you work on it. So what have you done today to make the world a better place? What have you done today to make your life a better life? Be better by being around better. That's going to be episode 25. I do have a couple things I want to talk about here real quick. A couple things I saw this week. I believe this week or maybe it was last week is Mental Health Awareness Week. We are in a very unique time in the life of most people that are probably listening to this. In 2020 has been an absolute dumpster fire of a year for most people. With lockdowns and businesses being lost and the government's reaction to the pandemic has been brutal for so many people. And as we are 6-8 months into this thing, suicides are up, mental health issues are up, people are losing their businesses, people are relapsing into alcoholism and drug use. It's brutal. But the National Alliance for Mental Illness is an outfit that's been in business or been around for somewhere around 40 years. I think they've got 650 or so organizations around the country. They've got a hotline that you can call and different things that you can do to help raise awareness for mental illness and people who suffer from mental illness. Take it from somebody who's been very, very closely related to some people in my life and have lost some people in my life to battles with mental illness. This is very close, hits very close to home for me. So the National Alliance for Mental Illness, check them out for yourselves. I would certainly, not tell you to go into it blindly, but I'm going to put their website in the show notes. And the phone number for their organization or their helpline actually is 1-800-950-6264. Again, that's 1-800-950-6264, 1-800-950-NAMI. And like I said, I'm going to put that in the show notes, but just realize there's a lot of people out there fighting a lot of battles that we can't see, and a lot of people that are hurting greatly that could use the help. So this organization does a lot of things to help raise awareness for mental illness, and I would greatly appreciate if you would check them out and possibly do something to help them out. So check that out. The other thing, as I always do with the Derate the Hate podcast, and episode 25 is no exception, I want to talk about a good deed story, a good deed story that I saw this week that people might not see, because generally they're stories that do not make the national news. The mainstream media, the national mainstream media, is generally a bad news downer. If it bleeds, it leads kind of steel, but I like to throw in a good deed story, and it's something that makes me feel good when I'm paging through articles and looking through things. And the story this week comes out of Albany. So the Albany, New York Police Department, and then the Albany School Superintendent, I believe her name's pronounced Kiwata Adams, got together and started in their area a chapter of the Do the Right Thing program. Now, I believe the Do the Right Thing program is a nationwide outreach program for children in schools, and long and the short of it is what they do is they reward kids for doing the right thing. As kind of goes to state in the name of the organization, but a teacher can nominate a child for this, a community member, a parent, and then those kids get recognized and rewarded for doing the right thing. I mean, if they're helping out in the community or they're doing some special good deed, we always like to build people up for doing, ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and if there's a program where the police are interacting in a community outreach program with kids in school and preventing long-term issues with kids, I mean, that is obviously always the best way to do it. So, the Do the Right Thing program, I believe, like I said, I think it's a nationwide nonprofit program, from what I've read in that article, and I did a very small amount of research on it. But regardless, if it's working, it's beautiful, and more people should be involved in things like that. So the Albany Police Department, the community research or community outreach officer in that area, and Kiwata Adams, the superintendent of schools up there in Albany, doing great things and rewarding kids for doing good things, and that's always to be commended and appreciated. So I'll put a link to that article in the show notes too. So it's like I said, I love to put out articles, put out things that you might not see in the national news, but certainly caught my eye when I was going through things, doing some research. So, beautiful thing. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and I like it. I like it when good deeds are rewarded, and that's a beautiful thing. So, with that, I'm going to wrap up this week's episode 25. 25 episodes in the box already. It's a beautiful thing. The Derate the Hate podcast, bettering the world one attitude at a time. I truly believe that, and again, I'll ask you, what have you done today to make the world a better place? What have you done today to make your life a better life? It's all up to you, okay? When you get back out there and you're amongst the people, be kind to one another, be grateful for everything that you've got, and remember, it's up to you to make each and every day the day that you want it to be. So, from all of us here at Wilkes World, I'm Wilk. I'm going to back on out of here, and I just want to say I appreciate, a heartfelt thank you goes out to all of you for all the support. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next week.